So, NetEase committed one of the worst mistakes they could have made, and they handled it in the worst possible way. Apparently, there was a mistake with the recharge rewards they gave players for buying echoes in the global server. Apparently, the rewards were meant to be for China only, and when they realized their mistakes, instead of apologizing and letting the players keep the rewards, they actually took them away and left many people with negative currency. We're going to be delving into all of that in a bit. Hello everyone, my name is Doctor, welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be discussing one of NetEase's biggest mistakes. Not just because they gave the wrong servers the rewards, not only because they took them back, but it also exposes one of the NetEase's worst qualities as a gaming company. So, where does this drama come from, and why are people from the global server so mad at NetEase about this mistake? If you paid attention at the beginning of the video, you may realize that what I said is that NetEase took the recharge rewards back, and that is a very bad thing to do. Not only does it put people on the red, but also they're punishing their own player base, their own fan base, their own players, what makes the community great, for the company's mistake. If you don't know why or how this happened, basically, if you recharge any amount of echoes, I believe, or I don't know if it was a specific quantity, before certain date, which was in this month, October 2020, as of recording this, then you got some rewards for recharging, which is rewarding the player for actually spending money, which is a very good thing to do. I mean, that encourages people to buy things, and the company gets some money out of it, which is good. It's a win-win situation. But it only becomes a lose-win situation when the company actually takes back those rewards because they made a quote-unquote mistake. I don't know what I said, quote-unquote. It was an actual mistake, not just quote-unquote. But the way they handled it was absolutely atrocious. It was abhorrent. I don't know how else to describe it. It was just a very bad way to handle the situation as a whole. There is hard to say this about the error. On October 10th, time zone UTC+8, in the bug fixes announcement, it said, "We are sorry to inform you that as a result of a system error, a portion of the players have received in-game mails containing erroneous recharge rewards. This issue has since been resolved and the contained rewards have been retrieved by the system. If you have any questions or concerns regarding this error or the action we took to resolve this issue, please contact us through the in-game customer service center. Once again, we apologize for the inconvenience caused." The players, of course, were obviously mad, and with good reason. It was not the fault that NetEase actually made a mistake and gave them the rewards. It was meant to be for China only, apparently, but they gave it to global server because, you know, a system error, apparently. This, of course, caused some confusion within the community. This user on Twitter had this to say: "Anyone know why my inspirations includes a negative #identity5? The user then posts a picture showing how they actually have a negative balance in both clues and inspirations. This other Twitter user and presumed identity5 player proceeds to put a picture on Twitter on how they have negative inspirations and negative spyglasses. But why is it such a bad thing that you have negative balance? I mean, can't you just get those back while playing the game? Well, yes and no, it's kind of complicated." This Reddit user had this to say about this issue. What does a negative balance even do? First off, you have negative balance, you need to collect a certain currency to bring it back to a 0 point, before you can even start to save up what you lost. This is even worse if it happens to echoes because it costs real money to clear that quote-unquote debt. It is basically saying you owe them now. There isn't another alternative to the system, and I don't see NetEase planning to make any changes to it. I've heard from an unofficial source that a negative account balance can prevent you from playing the game itself, and that is true. If you have a negative balance in echoes, NetEase doesn't let you play the game until you have cleared up your debt. The user also says that they've heard there is an illegal purchase punishment where if your account is in the negatives for too long, your account is banned. This may be more towards refunding echoes, and yes, it's more about refunding echoes, not as much as clues. But that is still a very grave thing to do. Now, why on earth did NetEase think it was a good idea to take back the prizes, the rewards, if it was their mistake? They're punishing their own players for it, which I think is not fair at all. It wasn't their fault. They didn't realize that it was for China only because you have a clear bias towards China. I get it, that's what the game was made, but you also have audience from other places, and doing them this dirty is not only detrimental for you, it exposes one of the worst qualities you have as a game company, which is your greed. You are very greedy. You are basically forcing players to buy the things and grind them just so that they can play again. And not only that, but also for them to have the things they want to have. Oh, but guess what? If you can't have those things yet because you have to grind a lot and you are in debt, then purchase Echoes and purchase the things you need. Don't get me wrong, I love the game. I enjoy playing it. I really like it. I think it's a very well made game and it has a very good lore. But what the company itself is doing, that is not right. You cannot punish your own audience for a mistake you made. That's not cool. Other companies that have made mistakes similar to this, where they give accidentally a reward that they didn't mean to give, be it was they confused the currency they wanted to give, and instead of giving the say low type of currency, they gave the VIP one, let's say. When this has happened with other companies, and you can look them up, the company doesn't take back the rewards. They let the players keep it and say, hey, this was our mistake, we recognize that we kind of did a wrong here, but since it was our fault and you didn't really have anything to do with it, you can keep it, and well, you can spend it if you want to. But what does NetEase do? Instead of letting the players keep things because they messed up, they take them back. And what does it cause? They make the players have to grind more, and that is tedious because even if you're grinding, you're not really getting anywhere because you're still in the negative and you still have to pay off your debt. You aren't even in the zero. So what's the alternative to that? Buy Echoes and purchase the things you need with those Echoes, which are really expensive, by the way. I'm pretty convinced they did it this way on purpose because they wanted to make players spend money on Echoes to clear up their debt. I don't think they gave Echoes away as part of the rebate, but if they had, you can't play the game until you pay back those Echoes, and that has happened to people that have asked for refunds, quote unquote, which they didn't actually ask for those refunds. Somehow the game just gave it to them. But when that has happened, you can ask the players and you can ask in the subreddit if that has happened to someone, and they will tell you that yes, it has. They will tell you that when that has happened, they can't play the game until they have cleared all the debts in Echoes. And this is sort of a good tactic from the company because it doesn't give refunds. If you pay for something, you can't ask for it back. But if you make the refunds via, say, App Store or Play Store, which are the platforms that host the game, then they can give you the refund, but it's not through NetEase, it's through the service of Google Play or the App Store. And what that does is it gives the player the Echoes back, and if they had spent those Echoes in something else, then they've got, say, a free skin and their Echoes back. So what NetEase does is they take back the amount of Echoes that is worth the refund they got, and you can't play until you pay off that debt, which again is a good system, I think, if used properly, but it mostly isn't. And even then, unfortunately, it wasn't the case with this particular thing because they didn't give away Echoes for rebate, and so I think that people are in the clip, everyone can still play, but they are in the negatives when it comes to clues, inspirations, and spyglasses. If you ask for my opinion, I think the way NetEase handled this was not the best, certainly not the best. I think it was probably one of the worst scenarios they could have done because it's not the player's fault that, they made a mistake. I think they should have just been like, hey, we made a mistake, that was for China only, which isn't right in itself because why would you give only your Chinese players this rewards and not your global server folks? I don't know, that doesn't make sense to me. It's just there's very clear bias in for the Chinese server from NetEase, but that's just how it is. We can't do anything about it, we just have to put up with it. But that causes things like this to happen, where you get prices that you weren't actually meant to have, and then they take it back and you're in the negative, and now you have to spend real money if you want to clear up your debt and get the things you want to faster. I mean, is it really that bad? Like, I know that the way NetEase makes money off this game is from the gacha thing. If you pay a certain amount of Echoes, you can open a certain amount of essences, and you may have a chance to get the skin you want, but they didn't want to have the possibility that players will get the skins they want, so they took back the rewards, and now they have to spend Echoes to get back in the positive numbers. with regards to, you know, inspiration clothes and spy glasses. I don't know, it just puts me in a bad mood. I mean, I wasn't affected by it, and it puts me in a bad mood. But okay, so this was everything I had to say for the video. If any more information comes out, which I doubt it, this is just a case closed, then I'll let you know. So thank you for watching, and I hope I can see you later in another video. Subscribe if you think it's worth it. Leave a like if you liked the video. Leave a comment if you want to say something about the topic we just discussed. Anything goes, so you're free to do it. And okay, see you in the next one.